Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kat here. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to go over a big topic today, and it's about basically you kind of looking at yourself and realizing that you have a lot of potential, but you are sabotaging yourself. So it can be in many different aspects of your life. So whether it's your health and fitness goals, whether it's your career, whether you're in school and a student. Basically, I have been doing this off and on to myself for a very long time. So believe me, I feel ya. I'm right there with you. I still struggle with this. The big realization came for me when I kind of figured out why I was doing it. So I think I would get close to my goals and then not make it, and I just couldn't really figure out why. And once I figured out the why, it kind of really clicked for me and made sense, and I was able to try to change my mindset and change my thinking around it, and it hasn't been as much of a problem for me. I think it's still an issue that I struggle with all the time, but it has less detrimental effects for me now, and I can kind of recognize the cycle and make adjustments to make sure it doesn't happen again. I kind of think probably the first time I really experienced it would probably have to be with like my health and fitness. So I've done like so many programs in the past. I've done like juice cleanses, I've done workout programs, I've done self-imposed workout programs or nutrition goals or whatever. And what would happen is I would do really well, and I would be so strict with what I was eating usually, or with like working out. And then I'd have one day when it was just a really bad day, or I just wasn't feeling it, and I just had like, I'd tell myself like, okay, you know what, my boyfriend made cookies. I'd be like, well, I'll just have a cookie. One cookie, everyone can have a cookie, like it's totally fine. And I'd eat that one cookie, and then in my mind I'd have this thing happen where it would be like, hey, I just had a cookie, I just ruined everything. Obviously, since I had one, I should go have the rest of them. I mean, why not, when you already made a bad decision, or a bad decision in my mind, why not just make 100 and multiply it? It's not going to get any worse. It's just fine because I already ruined it, right? That is kind of the mindset I think that a lot of people are in when it comes to, especially with diet or with exercise, actually. Let's say you miss a workout and then you just give up on the whole thing. You throw it all out the window. That whole bad voice inside that doubts everything you do rears its ugly head and like pushes at you 100% way more aggressively, and will say to you like, what are you thinking? You can't do this. You're not good enough. You already messed up. You've only been eating clean for a week and you just ate 4 cookies. What are you doing? And I think that is where a lot of people don't make it past, and that is the huge yo-yo dieting thing that happens, and yo-yo fitness, I guess, for that matter, is that one mistake massively trips people up, and after that they just throw in the towel. So where are you at that point? You're back at square one, plus now, if this was the first time this happened in this cycle, you have this negative self-talk going on, and it might be the first time this has happened, where you're really beating yourself up and you don't think that you deserve anything better. Like you don't believe in yourself anymore. So now not only do you have this where you quit and you threw it out the window, but now you've set up this precedence that quitting is okay, and that you're really not good enough at this point. So I think that continues to happen, and then you'll start another program. You just get even more fed up with yourself. You either gain more weight, or you like let it slide for a couple of months and you're in an even worse position, or you just again get fed up, which led you to that diet in the first place. And so then you're like, you know what, I'm going to try again. You try again, another bad day comes up. Same thing happens. You go right off the rails again, and you're back where you were, or even in a worse position. This whole cycle happens, I promise you, and it happens to everybody. I don't really know anyone that's never had that, I guess we'll call it like the failure cycle, not happen to them. But what made the change for me was realizing that, and it sounds so silly and it's such common sense, but making mistakes and slipping up is always going to happen. There are things that we can't control, and I know that we all know we can control what we're eating and like how we're exercising, but sometimes your mind and your body just either want something else, or you slip up, or you have a weak moment. It's the mindset around that weak moment that will lead to the change. So instead, to this day, like right now, I'm getting ready to go on vacation. So I really wanted to eat super clean and work out every day and just get in the best shape that I could for the beach vacation that I'm going on. There have been multiple days in this like month span that I've been doing this that I have like broken down, and it's usually at the end of the day when I've been like phenomenal all day long, but probably honestly not eating enough. So then I'm pretty hungry by the end of the day, and I go somewhere where there's whatever food it may be that you love sitting out on the counter, and I look at it and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to have any. I set my mind to that. And then I keep walking by it and I'm like, all right, I'll just have one. And I've done that multiple times over, even probably over the past 2 days I've done it. But instead of now, even in that moment when I'd be like, okay, I had one, so it's out the window, now I'm going to have 5. I don't do that. And then also, I just know that every day is a new day. It's a fresh start. It's a way to start over. And it's not a throw in the towel aspect. I can, every day, if I try to be just a little bit better, or even at the level that I want to be at, so not necessarily improving on it, but just keep going every day. You will make progress if you just keep going. It's when you quit that it's just like a double punishment when you quit, because everything gets worse, so you're not making the progress you want, but then you also want to beat yourself up because you quit. And I think there are things that if you're reaching for unrealistic goals or something that's not going to benefit you, like you set some crazy goal, like I'm going to do a 30-day juice cleanse, and you fall off the wagon on the first week, yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing a 30-day juice cleanse. Like, I would never recommend that. I would never do that myself. So there are things that obviously if you're listening to your gut and your intuition, you know that there are certain things that aren't going to serve you ultimately. So obviously setting like good and important and healthy goals is really important. That's probably the first step. But as far as self-sabotaging, it's just realizing that you're always going to make mistakes. You're always going to have slip-ups, but coming back from them will make you stronger. And I heard a quote recently from somebody that I think it was, champions aren't people who never fail. They're people who never quit. And it's something like just so simple like that it's just a one-liner, but it resonated so much with me because I think it's getting out of that quitting mindset that will really make the difference for you. It's made a difference for me. I'm definitely not where I want to be with my goals. I think as you progress and you reach your initial goals, you always have to be setting new goals for yourself. So you should never be stagnant or complacent with where you're at in any aspect of your life. And I think that's the whole, if you're not living, you're dying thing. I really believe in that. But I think just realizing that you do have the power within yourself and you're worth it. Like, I guess that's the biggest thing for me is the self-sabotage comes from a place of scarcity and you not feeling worth whatever you're reaching for. Anything you set your mind to, you are worth getting that result. You always are. You always will be. You are the only person that doubts that you're worth it. I think when you come from a place of self-sabotage, you don't really want to see yourself succeed because you're either punishing yourself for past mistakes, you're punishing yourself for things you're doing currently that you don't believe in, or you don't, it doesn't really align with what you feel like your purpose is or how you feel inside. But yeah, once you realize that you are worth it, the quitting cycle will stop. And you have to actively focus on that. But every single day, you get to go to bed, you get to wake up the next day, and it's a new day. So take advantage of the new day. Forget your past, stop living in the past, live right now. And just every time you make a choice, try to be mindful of it. That's really it. That's all I have to say today. I'm so glad you guys subscribed, or actually not subscribed, came by. But if you wouldn't mind subscribing down below, I'm going to still try to be posting every Friday. Hopefully I will be able to up the amount of posts and give you guys more content. If you have anything you'd like to see me talk about, or if this message resonated with you, please leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, enjoy. Hopefully you're enjoying beautiful weather like I am here in Michigan, but if not, make sure you go do something for yourself today, and just remember that you are worth it. I promise you that, okay? Have a great day. Bye.